Good day. This is a demonstration for how to create an Excel spreadsheet for Dr. Bill to import your LFP panel. We are now working in the IntraHealth profile. So once you logged into your profile EMR, go to the option on the menu for report and then scroll down there. We go to stored queries. We'll have to use stored queries to create our spreadsheet. In stored queries, we want to create a new query there. So you click on the plus icon, the green plus icon for a new query. First, we need to select the object we're going to use. You can scroll down in this list, or a fast way is to press P twice and then you find patient. So we select patient. Next, we want to get the columns for our spreadsheet in this field here. So first we need to get the first name. So I scroll down to the bottom and slightly up, look for name. And there is name, first name. So you drag that over here. And name, last name, drag that over there. Next, Dr. Bill requires us to have the MSP or the patient health number. And in profile, this is called the national number. So you look at national number, drag it over to the right. And then lastly, the fourth column, we need to find the date of birth. And so if we scroll up a bit, there is DOB, is the date of birth. And there we've got the 4 columns we want in the spreadsheet. But now we want to limit this to our active patients. So let's scroll down to the bottom of this list looking for status. And there is status. And we're going to pull status to the where panel. And we want only those where the status is equal to, click twice there to be able to type in active. So we want to limit this list to our active patients. Next, we want to make sure that it's our patients. So let's scroll up, and just above all these dotted stuff, there we get a folder that says usual doctor. So you want to make sure that you've got the usual doctor desired for this list. Under usual doctor, scroll down until you find code and you drag the code over here. So we want this where the code of the usual doctor is your initials. So you need to click twice there and type in your initials. And lastly, we would like to submit only our BC patients who's got a MSP number. To do that, we go to national number there, which is going to contain the MSP number. Pull it down here that we've got a duplicate here, and we want to know whether, click there 3 times to drop down, and we want to find those who start with, so you select start with, the digit 9. So you type in 9 there. So this is going to get our active patients, and the usual doctor is going to be your initials there. In my case, I use WS, and the national number must start with 9. Then we should find all the patients that we want on our list. Let's give it a try. To test it, go to the green triangle there and click on that run triangle. And there you've got your list that will end up in the spreadsheet. So you've got first name, last name, national number, which is the MSP number, and date of birth. Now the date of birth is not in the correct format, but that will be easy to fix later on. If you're happy with this, then you can go forward. If you need to fix something, you can go back to query and change whatever you need to change. Like if you've got them as registered and not active, you will change that there. Or if you want to put in a different doctor, you will change that there. And you will run a test again. And once you're happy, let's click on save. You've got to save to keep this. Let's call this LFP panel to Dr. Bill. So this is what we're going to call the query. And now we need to locate that. So once I've saved that, and I can close this window here where we created it, and then there I find it. In your case, there might be way more entries here, and you'll have to scroll to the bottom to find the LFP panel to Dr. Bill, the one that we've just created. To make a spreadsheet of that, we are just going to run it. You can either double click there or you can click on the green triangle there to execute it. And there you've got your spreadsheet, and it's now just to get it saved. So, and there is the option to save it. So we call it save, and then it's going to save it in some folder. You've got to take note of that. You can go and select your desktop if that is easier for you to manage it, or your documents, wherever you want to save it. And then you type in a file name there, and we're going to call it LFP panel for WS. That was the doctor's name in there. And you need to change this to comma delimited text. So this file type should be comma delimited text. Click on that, and then you can hit enter. And that will save the file for you. Now you've got to go and open that file. So let's run File Explorer to go and find that file. That will be in my Downloads folder. And there is the one that I've saved just now. Double click on where you've saved the file to open it in Excel. So this looks a bit chaotic. It doesn't look like the way we want to see it. Look at those things there. To get the column wide enough to see everything, go between the D and the E, that your cursor must change to that vertical bar with the arrows, and double click there, and that resets the width to include everything. So let's do that for every column between the A and the B, and double click, and there you can see everything. We're happy, we've got that. Naturally, that number doesn't look right because there's not enough digits, but this is a test system. What we need to do is to get these in the correct format for Dr. Bill to understand. So you highlight all that, and actually you're going to have way more than me. So a better way to highlight that is just click on the D, and you've got the whole column highlighted. And then you press Ctrl+1 on your keyboard. Press a Ctrl down, hold Ctrl down and press 1, and the format cells will pop up. And we want to format these as date. So under the number tab, you click on date, and the format in which we want it must be the year, the month, and the day. So we select that and click OK, and there you are. The next step would be just to save this. So we go to File and Save, and then we're finished. Then you've got your file that you can go and submit to Dr. Bill.